It would seem we've become much more passive when it comes to our expectations of customer service. Many people I've spoken with choose not to complain because it's not worth their time, or they don't like confrontation, or simply feel others might look at them as aggressive beings. That is the very reason larger companies are able to get away treating paying clients like numbers. It is more prevalent when we are calling in for customer service or technical support. I think people even today would be much more satisfied calling in being answered by a live person. Instead we are treated to voice-generated prompt that instructs what to do. As customers we must toe their company line or forget about getting service. In the customer service world, how exactly is that helping us? Seems to me more one-sided for the company we are calling. Then once going through these few minutes of press 1 for this and 2 for that, we are informed the following. We are experiencing higher than usual call volume. The wait time is 8 to 12 minutes. All of a sudden their lack of staffing enough agents becomes the customer's hindrance. The problem here, it would seem this happens more often than it should, and the company has no concern or respect for their customers' time either. In those messages and instances, they try to refer us to the website, or we can hang up, call back later. How enduring of them, allowing us to go through it all again later. So suck it up and wait. When finally after the long delay, a person comes on with a scripted greeting, then asking how they can help today. When this happens, don't you just feel warm and fuzzy inside? At least until you explain the problem, and they tell you first, we need to verify you are the account holder. I get it if they're actually needing to tamper with service online. However, if it is a simple question, like which button do I press on remote to get something, and they will actually refuse to answer unless providing your verification, is ridiculous. Most of us for some absurd reason tolerate this treatment, and for those who are more forward saying they just want the answer, here's what happens. Every account for your protection. Exactly how are they protecting us if all we want to know which button to press on our television remote control? It is almost for me like being regarded as a child. Eat your vegetable or no dessert. Why are we allowing ourselves to be subject to this behavior? Considering we are paying customers, in the case of more complicated issues where the agent's quick fix doesn't work, putting us on hold for a long period again means nothing. Then if we get off the telephone and the problem is not resolved, we need to go through whole process again. No calling back direct. The person we spoke with saying it is still not working, but explaining every time to someone else, going on hold, etc. The crazy part is we are not as tolerant when going into a restaurant. Here's a scenario. You have been seated in a restaurant where the server doesn't approach is for 10 minutes. Any normal person would become annoyed, right? Most of us after a few minutes would call someone over asking to be served. Let's say you are ordering steak, wanting it done a certain way. What if the server told you their policy was all steaks are cooked rare, but you want medium? What would your reaction be? Perhaps you would think it is crazy, trying ordering something else, choosing another dish. You wanted rice instead of potatoes, but again the server apologizes, explaining our policy is no substitutes, even if a customer wants to pay extra. I can almost guarantee a person will react calling over the manager if he/she starts the customer service thing like, I understand how you feel, I apologize, but this our policy, and might I recommend this dish, it comes with rice. Would you ever go back? To add insult to injury, just because you don't want to go somewhere else at that point, maybe you order the suggested dish, but it takes 40 minutes to arrive at the table. On the way out you tell the manager this as well, and receive this answer. I understand how you feel, but we had a higher volume of customers than expected today, and unfortunately the wait times were longer. Maybe next time to assure you get served quicker, come in at 4 p.m. It is quieter then. I highly doubt you would go back and share this crazy experience with other people, telling them never to eat there. My final thought is how come in a restaurant we will not accept this nonsense, but calling in over the phone for customer service is no big deal. I would think we need to make those type companies aware we are not satisfied with their service, the waiting times, and how we are received by voice. Make them aware there are better ways they can provide us customer service. After all, without us, there is no business for them.